If stores and businesses do open, will people show up? The provincial government's plan to gradually restart the economy is to launch next week. Will the public rush back to familiar places, or will people continue to stay home? I'm joined now by David Williams. He's an associate professor of marketing in the University of Saskatchewan's Edwards School of Business. David, when you heard the details of the reopen plan, what were your initial impressions?
My initial impression was like everyone else, have we flattened the curve? And then it moves to some hesitancy. And then in terms of from my professional perspective, it's like what we're going through is an unknown. So it's hard to predict what would happen, and consumer confidence may be in shreds. So then I was trying to think, we're still in the very early stages of COVID. So it seems like we may have flattened the curve, but this may only be the first part of many months ahead.
David, has the pandemic caused people to rethink their spending habits?
I think so. I think my prediction is there's been a lot of debate that maybe people are redefining things between what they need and what they want. And we may be looking at what things we see as materialistic again. But there may be a short up, pent up demand for certain things we see as making life more livable.
There is a lot of concern about physical distancing and PPE. Is it feasible for stores to actually reopen?
I think it's possible, but they're going to be inefficient compared to the new normal. Will be nothing like the old normal. I think that the emphasis now will be on personal safety and convenience. And so that's going to be some changes in terms of capacity, lineups, and it's going to be a shift towards maybe being contactless. And sometimes a lot of stores based upon seeing and touching and feeling merchandise. So there'll be many more cleanings and sanitization.
We've been hearing that one person should get your groceries, that you shouldn't be perusing in stores, that you should go in with a list, get in, get out. How do businesses market themselves in what's become an essentials-only space?
That's very difficult. It depends. If you're an essential retailer, then it's business as usual with restrictions. It's very difficult if you're in something like clothing or fashion, which is a discretionary item and it's not really seen as essential. So you probably have to market yourself on being personal safety and convenient, and hoping that people still have discretionary income to buy.
What's your best advice to business owners who are on the fence about even bothering to reopen?
I think they won't be on the fence. I think they will be reopened because they need the cash flow. I think 50% of business is better than zero business and some revenue is better than no revenue. So in terms, I think they will reopen or plan ahead on being inefficient, and that things are going to be very slow.
David, thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
David Williams is an associate professor of marketing in the University of Saskatchewan's Edwards School of Business.